Tariq TV Productions, in collaboration with the Garage Blackburn, presents the weekly checks you should do for your car. Please note, this video is not sponsored.
Hello, thanks for joining us here at Tariq TV Productions. Today is actually a really special episode which I've been excited about doing for a long time. We're working in collaboration with the Garage, rated the top 3 garages in Blackburn, and this is Lee. So Lee, do you want to introduce yourself for our audience?
Hi, my name's Lee Smith, I'm the owner of the Garage Blackburn. We're going to try and teach some of your viewers the basic needs and checks of your vehicles on a weekly basis.
Without further ado, let's get started. Now, first things first, Lee, how do you open the bonnet? Because I know some cars are different, so well, if you come with us, come with us and you can show, so if you can pan in.
Every vehicle is different, obviously, so as you can appreciate, some bonnets can open from the front with the key.
Yeah.
Some bonnets can open with a latch from on the kick panel on the driver's side, some on the passenger side.
Okay. So Leon, could you show us there, so our viewers could have a look? So Lee's demonstrating how to open.
So if you look here, on here, you can see there's a button there with the sign of a button bonnet on it. Sorry, just give that a pull. And it releases the bonnet.
Okay, thanks. And Lee, on some cars, is it different cars?
Every major vehicle's obviously got numbers of ways of to open the bonnets. Like I said, some on different kick panels on inside the car in the interior, some on forwards actually open the bonnets with the key.
Okay.
So yeah, many different vehicles open many different ways. So yeah.
Okay, so Leon, could you go so Lee, how do you open the bonnet? Because I know this can be quite tricky for some people's bonnet.
Majority of cars have a safety catch, so as soon as you pop the bonnet, to stop it from, if you opened it by mistake and you were driving, there's a safety catch on it, so it stops it just flying up in the air and smashing the bonnet while you're driving. So located underneath majority of vehicles is a catch, just pull it, releases the safety catch and allow you to sort the bonnet open.
Okay. So yeah, run us through it. What weekly checks should we ideally be doing on a weekly basis?
We've got the most important things are your engine oil, your coolant level, and your tyre pressures.
Okay.
They're the most important. And obviously just do top your screen wash up on a regular basis as well. But they're the 3 main components that you should be checking on a weekly basis, just for general safety and maintenance, and stop the engine from
seizing up. Yeah. Do you know what I think I was telling you when we were speaking before, Lee, one of my neighbours, she asked me to check her car.
Yeah.
And the oil level was pretty much like that, nearly empty. And I was like, oh, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Got some oil, chuck all the oil in. Because what happens if someone drives their car with low level or even no oil? What happens to the engine?
Obviously it can cause serious damage. It's a lubricant, so every component on the engine inside, the camshafts and everything out work from lubricant. If there's no lubricant there, it's going to cause damage. Especially if you've got a turbo engine as well. That's the main feed. Okay, so
Lee's going to show us now how we should check the oil. So Lee, if you could show us please how to check the oil.
Well, this is obviously a Lexus, a V8. So if you look to the right hand side here, you'll see a level stick here. You can check the oil weight. Now, the best way to check your oil, if the engine's been running, leave it 15 minutes to settle, and make sure the vehicle is on a straight road. You don't want to be on any angles to get a good reading. So if we take the oil dipstick out, check the level. You're better off giving it a quick wipe first and then re-dip it again, just for the simple reason that the engine running previously, the oil will be circulating around and run itself up the dipstick.
Okay.
So let's recheck it again. And as you can see, you've got 2 marks. You've got your maximum and your minimum. This vehicle is actually on the maximum mark, which is adequate for the vehicle.
And Lee, what about the colour of the oil? What colour should it ideally be for a petrol car?
On a petrol car, more of a goldy colour.
Yeah.
Diesel's black. As soon as you change the engine oil and filter on a diesel car, as soon as you start it back up, it's black instantly. Just because the diesel isn't obviously oil. But yeah, a good maintained petrol engine will be like a nice goldy colour.
Goldy colour, yeah. Lee, what about the engine oil cap? Should we check that as well? Because I know sometimes when I look for a car, that's one of the things I look to make sure it hasn't got that mayonnaise colour.
See, this is a good point. This could have 2 meanings, where on this vehicle it's nice and clean. On some vehicles, if they're on petrols and they're doing local mileage,
Yeah.
with going hot and cold, condensation can cause the same issue.
Ah, okay.
Obviously, I know where you're coming from. On the other side, it could be a good sign of the head gasket going.
Okay.
All right, but yeah, there is two. You will get mayonnaise effects
Yeah.
with both of the issues. Obviously, just with local driving, and
Yeah.
obviously with an issue of a head gasket gone.
How do we check the coolant? What must we do for coolant?
Well, the coolant level, obviously, never check it when it's hot.
Yeah.
Because it's a pressurised system on majority of vehicles. On this vehicle, you see here the coolant level. You usually have a level that says low and maximum of full on this one. Majority of the time you can see
Yeah.
where the level is, but like I say, when it's hot, it expands. It's like a kettle. As soon as you set off the pressure, it'll just fire up.
Yeah.
So you should always check the coolant level when it is very cold.
Yeah.
Preferably first thing in the morning, to be quite truthful.
Yeah.
Best way to test it. It is a sealed system, so if it does appear to be low, then you must have an underlying issue, because there must be a leak there, because every coolant system is a sealed system. So, but yeah, that's the cap on there. And it still feels warm at the moment, so I won't release it.
Yeah.
Just in case. But yeah, no. Like I said, there's the low level and there's the high level.
And Lee, I use the coolant. I just top it up. I know sometimes I've heard some people put in water. Is that bad for the car if they put water in?
It's not bad as such, because obviously it's got sufficient fluid in there. But as you come to winter, you do need coolant to be in the vehicle, just to stop it from freezing. Every coolant's different colours, different colours, but it's there for a reason.
Okay.
Just to stop the engine from, if it gets too cold below a certain temperature, it's freezing up and causing damage.
So if people put in, for example, water in, as if it's a bit low and it's winter time, that can cause problems because it freezes.
Yeah, that can freeze and obviously cause major damage to the engine. Crack a lock or something like that.
It's the peak of summer now. So for a weekly check, for these weekly checks, should we do checks differently in winter, or does it matter to you?
No, your checks, basic weekly checks, should be no different from summer to winter. You just, on your day off or a Saturday or something like that, first thing, just get up, just do your checks. It's just to make sure, peace of mind, the vehicle has got sufficient fluid levels in the oil and in the water, which are obviously vital for the vehicle.
Okay, lovely. So just to recap then, we've done oil checks and coolant level. Yeah?
Yes.
Is there any other checks we should do on a weekly basis?
Tyre pressures.
Tyre pressures. Okay, so could you show us how to do the tyre pressure? So what must we do?
Well, obviously, tyre pressures will vary. If you're going on a motorway run, the heat, they will expand because of obviously heat inside the tyre itself. You will alter them differently from doing a long motorway travel to obviously normal driving around town. To check them, you've got a tyre valve here. You just take the cap off, like so. Majority of petrol stations do have tyre machines, check the pressure wheel and everything like that, and you can adjust them for a small fee, 20 or 50 pence. Every vehicle nowadays have, depending on the airports or the fuel tank cap, have little stickers on that will give you the right tyre pressures for the front and the rear. So if they need altering, you can actually alter them to that tyre pressure, depending if you're going local driving or you're going on a long distance drive.
Okay. So, Nate, is there a specific time when we should do the oil pressure? The tyre pressure. Should we do it in the morning when it's cooled down, or should we do it? Is there the best time to do it?
Yeah, when it's cool is the best time, because obviously the heat, the tyres will expand.
Yeah.
The air and the tyres will expand. But yeah, when it's cool is the best time to be testing, checking your tyre pressure, to be quite true. Yeah.
Okay, and for audience, as Lee was explaining to us, but the tyre pressure is actually in the door on some cars. I think on this car, I think it's yeah. So you've got if you come in here, you can see here the tyre pressure. So here we've got the tyre pressure for the front, and tyre pressure for the rear. Now, Lee, it says here times by 4, times by 5.
That's depending on how many people you have actually carrying the vehicle.
So if there's more people in the car, you should have higher PSI.
Yeah, it's just obviously the weight of the vehicle, just to compensate for the weight of the vehicle. And obviously when doing that, you'd obviously alter your headlights as well, because your headlights would go up and down as well in the air.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Now, Lee, Joel, because it's summertime now, do people have to adjust the temperature because of the heat coming from the road going onto the tyres? Do we have to put it slightly less, or what should we do?
Like I said, down to obviously where you're driving. If you're doing local, they're not going to overexpand. So if they set at the basic tyre pressures for your local driving, this should be fine. They're not going to expand too much, which is not going to cause any more tyre wear than usual.
Okay, so Lee, I was reading up. You guys are rated as the top 3 garages in Blackburn. Congratulations on getting this award. And how did you get this award? What happened?
Just assume good customer service, honesty, being truthful, and just getting good response back from your clients and customers. Yeah, that's we've done for many years.
Oh, fantastic! And I want to share a story with you guys at home, the audience. Basically, about 6 years ago, I had a Mercedes ML AMG. It's quite a flash car, and I got the MOT done literally just down the road. And as I was driving, I could see some fluid coming from under the engine, so I got it quickly checked out, and it looks like it's a power steering. Now, I've never seen this garage before. I just had to get it in a garage because driving back would have caused a major problem. So I thought, okay, so here's this garage here. I'll just take it here. And to be honest, when I came, I was really expecting a massive build because it's a flash car. I've never met them before. They've never met me, and I was thinking, oh no, I hope they're not going to give me a power steering, charge me for a full power steering rack. I mean, how much is that? About six, seven.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's a very expensive job. And then when Lee said to me, oh, it's just a power part, but the pipe has come off, and we just put fluid in and we just done the checks. I was like amazed. I was really kind of taken aback. I remember saying to him at the time, that's very honest, because I could have had opportunity, to fleece me, and because of that, I recommended other people to come here, and I come here and continue to come here. So thanks, Lee, for kind of being honest.
That's what we're here for.
Honesty, honestly, with a mechanic is probably one of the #1 things you should look for. Now, everyone, if you are in the northwest, and especially if you're in the Blackburn region, please come to the garage in Blackburn. Have a look in the link in the description, which will take you to the garage's website, where you can contact Lee or contact his son Leon to book your car in. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found it interesting. If you've got any questions, please put it in the comment section below. Please like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Okay.
Thanks, Lee.